Hey, what's up? This your boy Big Man. You already know what it is, man. So let's get right to it. Okay, so today we're going to be talking about this young Dolph straight drop situation, right? Now, straight drop just checked into a jail, man. Like Shelby County Jail, he just checked in. It looks like they hit him with his official charges or whatnot. And man, there's a lot that goes into this story of how they finally got this straight drop and tracked him down. Now, what I want to do is go over this ABC news story that details how we got to this point, how we got to straight drop and the other two suspects, and talks about him finally being taken to a Shelby County jail and the process of getting him to that jail and making sure there was no type of security incident, because obviously there's some people that are upset and they weren't sure how people would react about the situation, because he is the lead suspect in the shooting death of a beloved rapper from the city of Memphis. Now, before we get to the specifics and talk about all this stuff, do me a favor. Make sure you hit that like button, make sure you hit that subscribe button, and man, let's get it. Okay, now that we got that out of the way, let's talk about straight drop finally making it back to Memphis to see his day in court, man. Now, he's going to be facing a long trial process, I'm pretty sure, because this is a murder case, man. They got to make sure that everything's right and that every detail is looked over. His attorney has to have their opportunity to do whatever. But today, we got a report and an update that, the person we thought that was going to be defending him, a well-known attorney in Memphis, said, nah, man, he's not going to have anything to do with this case. So we'll see who his legal representation is in the future, man. Now, during the news conference that happened the other day, we heard a lot of updates and a lot of information about straight drop, including his past arrest history, which was crazy, man, to say the least, man. That's wild. And how he got out of jail on his last shooting case. I mean, basically did 9 months on a 5-year bid and then went back to the streets, man. He didn't take that as a chance to change his life or do something different. And now it looks like, well, I can't say that because we don't know for sure that he's even involved in this case, completely. We just know that he's been accused and has been charged in this case. Now, in this Fox News 13 from Memphis, they said they had a story that they ran, and it said this. It says, young Dolph murder suspect Justin Johnson booked in the Shelby County Jail. Now, obviously, they're talking about straight drop there is Justin Johnson, and it continues by saying this. It says, Memphis, Tennessee, Justin Johnson, a suspect in the murder of rapper Young Dolph, has been booked into the Shelby County Jail. So obviously they're letting you know that straight drop has been booked into the Shelby County Jail. I think that's that 201 building that he said he was going to turn himself into, but never turned himself into in actuality, right? And now he finds himself there. And tomorrow I'm pretty sure he'll probably be in court. We'll see. We'll see when he's in court. I know they're going to try to be tricky about this because he's got the biggest name in this situation. So they want to make sure there's no incidents, right? And they want to make sure that it's a speedy process, I'm sure, right? Because everybody has that right. Now, it also says this. It says, U.S. Marshals took Johnson into custody at a truck stop outside of Terre Haute, Indiana, Tuesday, and he was extradited back to Memphis. So, basically talking about the fact that he was arrested in that Terre Haute, Indiana. Like, when people thought he was still in Memphis, a lot of people thought he was still, was somewhere else in the South, like Texas. I heard a lot of people saying Dallas and stuff like that. He was caught up in Indiana, man, of all places, which is wild, man. Now, a lot of the reason why he was caught was due to tips. There were people out there who were giving good tips or good information, and this was highlighted in the news conference as well. Now, the story finishes by saying he was booked into Shelby County Criminal Justice Center on Thursday and faces the following charges: first-degree murder, criminal attempted first-degree murder, unlawful carrying or possession of a weapon, employ of a firearm with intent to commit a felony, theft of property, $10,000 to $60,000. Now, in the last story we did, that theft of property is in relation to the vehicle. Now, the vehicle was actually the same vehicle that they're using in this case. It's the same vehicle that was found at that residence in Orange Mound. They're saying it was stolen like a couple of weeks prior at a gas station, and somebody carjacked it. Like they ran up with a gun or whatnot and carjacked the vehicle. And then they dropped it off at that Orange Mound location. So all that actually checked out from social media, like according to all the information that's been given to the news stories that I've been going through so far, right? Now, also in related news stories, we've learned that that criminal attempted first-degree murder charge is for Dolph's brother. So young Dolph's brother was actually there, man. He's the guy in the dreads that everybody says was security. And I guess they've been hiding that until now. And I haven't seen him do anything publicly. I'm pretty sure he'll speak out on behalf of what he saw or went down in the trial. I mean, I don't know, man. You never know with these things. He might feel a need not to say anything in trial. It might not be good for him, you know what I mean? Depending on how he's living. If he's just a regular, security guard and he goes by his day and does that, if he's a street dude, this could get tricky, man. So that was a wild update as well, finding out that young Dolph's brother was actually there when he lost his life, man. That's horrific. That's horrible, man. That's horrible. Now comes the question, how in the world did they get Straight Drop, right? Well, it looks like a lot of people were using the Crime Stoppers, man. And it seemed like people had a vested interest in this case. I mean, I guess due to the fact that, young Dolph was well-liked and well-loved, people said, man, forget this. I'm about to, go in here and do whatever I got to do to give whatever little information I got. And all that added up to these arrests is what it's been saying in this ABC News story here. Now, in this story, the headline says this. It says, authorities detail how they tracked down suspects in murder of Memphis rapper Young Dolph. 3 men have now been arrested in the case, including 2 authorities believe pulled the trigger and killed Young Dolph in November. Now, the story continues by saying this. It says, in nearly 2 months since Young Dolph's shooting death, law enforcement received hundreds of tips and leads, which led to a cross-country manhunt and capture of 1 suspect, the charging of another suspect locally, and potentially more arrests to come. So they're letting it be known that leads played a big part in this, man. So people, were going out there and getting on the horn or just, probably just calling the Crime Stoppers number and just letting it be known what they've seen and what they know. You know what I mean? And it continues by saying this. It says, federal and local law enforcement revealed new details Wednesday on the nearly 2-month-long investigation and the relentless search for the men accused of shooting and killing Memphis rapper Young Dolph, Justin Johnson and Cornelius Smith. Now, both of them, their mugshots have been everywhere. They're the 2 top names, and Straight Drop recently just went to Memphis today, man. He just finally made it to Shelby County Jail, and he's going to get his day in court as well. And we'll see how this whole thing plays out. This is wild, man. And when you think about it, man, it's been about 2 months. In all reality, it took a long time before there were suspects in the Pop Smoke case. And now you have, these suspects who are being charged in the case relatively quick. This lets you know they were really not playing, man. They were trying to find out who carried out this brazen hit. And now they have the 3 suspects in custody, man. So what do you guys think, man? Do you think this trial will take a long time? Or do you think they're going to try to get some type of deal and confess? What do you think the outcome will be in this case? Because it's only just beginning, man, to be honest. And we're going to be on it from point A to point finish, man, until it's done. You know what I mean? Now, with that, this has been your boy, Big Man. Do me a favor. Make sure you hit that like button. Make sure you hit that subscribe button. And make sure you hit that notification bell so that way you get a notification every time I drop this hot content. And we out of here. Peace.